Okay, sorry about that, viewers. I don't know what happened. It's freaking. Sorry about that, viewers. It just keeps. I don't know, man. Like it loses connection, and then YouTube doesn't put up the stream again. It just keeps me locked out, which is the most ridiculous thing ever. You know, and then it just spirals. It doesn't. It doesn't actually. I can't. I don't know what's going on, man. But we are back. Yeah, it kicked me off. Sorry about that, viewers. I don't know, it lost connection with the stream, and then the stream was just got kind of spiraling, even though it said I was live. So I just ended it and started a new one. But let's see if the sellers are still defending that area. Let's see if we can push down and actually start making some money. I'm going to keep my eye on the footprint. I don't know what the hell. Everything is super slow right now, but it's fine. All right, sellers are coming in quite aggressive now. I got my finger on flatten because I feel like the sellers might not break through here. They might struggle a little bit. If they do, it's fine. They can struggle, but I want to see them become effective and efficient at pushing this market down. Come on now. Come on. Look at these. Look at these buyers coming in again. Don't tell me we've entered a little range here, because this would be silly. Would be really stupid. Some big buyers coming in. It's not looking, it's not, oh, huge buyers coming in. All right, so this could be a detrimental area right now. We've just had 300 contracts on the buy side come in at the bottom of that candle right here. If we can start trading below them and squeeze them out, and they're not effective at pushing the market up, then we are good, and I can jump in for another contract. But I got my finger on flatten, because if these buyers gain momentum, that's this trade done. It's not going to work out. So let's see if we can get below this little box area, below this candle, essentially, is where all those buyers came in. We want to squeeze them out. They're defending like crazy. They're constantly reloading, trying to get more contracts into the market. We're slowly starting to trade below them. Here we go. All right, this could be the squeeze. Now I need to see heavy sellers come in and those buyers get squeezed out. They're still in the market. They haven't given up their position yet. All right, now they're starting to drop off. I've got a bad entry because my stop has to be up here. Wouldn't be a great. I'm not going to go in for another contract. I'm going to keep it at one, because it's still, the sellers aren't that great, but the buyers on that area are starting to drop off. Now sellers look a bit trapped here. This is a very, so they all dropped off here, those buyers. Come on. Don't release them. Don't release those buyers. We want to keep them trapped, keep them locked in. Well, this market's just died off, hasn't it? Started off really hot and then just dead. Good thing I can do right now is look at the cumulative delta. Have a look. So we started at 2.23. We're now at 1.9. Oh, and we've only gone sideways. That is not good news for anyone in a sell position, I'll be honest. That is actually terrible news if you're in a sell position, because what it's saying is essentially I mean, it's not terrible, but there's been an extra 230 sell contracts in the market, and we've only gone sideways, meaning sellers are not efficient. Sellers are more aggressive, but they are not efficient. And now we're trading above those buyers, letting them gain more value. Nah, this is bad. There's another big influx of buyers. Let's see if they stay trapped. If not, we have to get out. They're getting effective, these buyers. Look at that. 400 contracts, and we're breaking above. We're trading ever so slightly above, and 400, 500, 600 contracts, 700, 800. Nah, we're out. I gotta get out of here. Bad trade. Not going to work. Not yet, at least. Not yet. I think higher up. Let's get rid of that line. Let's get rid of all these little boxes. We don't need them anymore. Higher up, there's going to be a better opportunity in that gapped area to potentially short this market. But again, buyers are being squeezed out. Hopefully my internet hasn't cut out again and I'm still live. Am I live? It looks like it. I have to keep checking the actual YouTube feed to see if I am still live. Because every time my internet, for some reason, as soon as I start streaming, my internet starts wanting to cut out. Never have any problems. Oh, that doesn't look bad. Those buyers right there. If we trade below them, you know what? I'm going in short again. I think it was just a little squeeze. Let's see if we can get below those buyers. They're a bit lower down, to be honest. They're actually about here. I'm going to target about there. Sellers are not. We're still trading above those buyers. I may have to get out again. I thought we might break below them. But there is a ton of volume. 7, 8, 50, 880 contracts all pulled up at the top. And we haven't actually pushed up higher. So buyers may still control the market, but they aren't very efficient. But at the same time, the sellers are not efficient either, which is not good. If anything, the sellers suck at efficiency right now. It's not an efficient market at all. Either side is struggling. Come on now. All right, bit of sell pressure is now coming into the market. Let's see if we can break below those buyers. The buyers. The people who want to buy. Nah, we're not breaking. Look at that. Look at all those buyers coming in again. Another flurry. Sorry, I just got a message. That's good. Nah, this ain't ready. They're getting absorbed slightly, but I do think we're going to drop at some point, but I don't think it's ready yet. There's just no sell aggression right now. Okay, buyers are getting absorbed by sellers, which is, I guess, a good thing. But I need to see a bit more. Nah, you see, we're trading above again. Trading above. As soon as the buyers came in, we're trading above. They're actually effective. I'm getting out. It's not yet. Not yet. Little bit later. Here it will be. Let's leave them to come up. Still live, Nadine. Oh, thank you, Nadine. Thank you. I'm going to have to figure out a better way of streaming because the YouTube platform itself, like the actual, go live on YouTube, I'm sorry, but it sucks, man. It really, really sucks. Like, I don't know what it does, but the moment you lose connection or get a weak connection, it doesn't reconnect you to the stream, and it just, has that buffering thing, which is completely pointless, right? Let's get rid of all these boxed areas. You see, buyers look trapped again. I don't want to keep fading it. I don't want to keep fading it. I'm going to see what happens. I'm going to wait a little bit, be a bit more patient now. Because fading it is not dangerous, but that is a slightly dangerous, but you know what I mean. You get chopped up. Man, but this market has just died off. Since the open, we've just completely died. This is why you shouldn't trade. Luckily, I'm not trading my cash account today. Not this close to Christmas. It's pointless. So I can just focus. Oh, look at those big sellers coming in. I'm jumping in again. Oh shit! I clicked 2 contracts. I think I didn't mean to click 2 contracts. I only meant 1, but fine. All right, huge sellers coming in. Let's see if we can finally get this extension downward move that I can see wants to happen, but we're not quite. It's just not quite there yet. It's been teasing. So all the sellers came in at 740.25. Let me put a little 740. Oh god, that's a bit of a right there. All the sellers came in, so I got in a bit late, but I think now lots of sellers are coming in. We're pushing this market down a bit, which is good. Let's actually get a bit of extension sooner. If buyers start coming in again and trying to buy this dip, I'm obviously going to have to get the hell out. It's not going to work out. Look at this. Buyers absorbing all the sellers again. Why? Ah, my internet. Don't cut out. Don't cut out. Stop. No internet. Don't do this. Not right now. I can tell the internet's slowly cutting out because the footprint just stops. Like it just stops updating, and then you're like, oh shit. But it's all right. I think it seems to be. Let me check if I'm still live. It looks like it. Okay. Ah, freaking hell. These buyers are coming in again. They are buying the dip. But we're still trading below the sellers. As long as those sellers stay where they are. I didn't mean to enter 2 contracts, so that's slightly annoying. Actually, double clicked it. Oh, look at those buyers coming in. We're about to trade over the sellers. Are the sellers going to protect their position? Let's hope they do. I really need sellers to defend here. That's it. Defend your position. All right, we're trading below heavy buyers. Buyers came in quite heavy at the top here. Come on. What the hell are you waiting for? Man, there's nothing really there. Apart from that little area there. Yeah, if we break... Okay. Keep my eye on the footprint. All right, sellers defended their positions quite well, which is a good sign. But then when they get here, they start losing momentum. I feel like there's an iceberg here, absorbing a lot of the sellers. So they just lose momentum. They just stop. Don't know why. Like right now, I mean, the volume being traded right now is terrible. I'm just going to check. There's no news. I didn't actually check. I don't think there is. But come on, load. Load. Why are you not loading? Yeah, nothing really. Nothing concerning. We've got something coming out in like 7 minutes, but it's not red folder. It's fine. Don't really care. Come on. This is such a slow market right now. There we go. Come on. Let's get that extension. Let's keep pushing down. The volume is dead. We're talking like 11 contracts. They got to pick up the volume, the sellers. I mean, it's quite nice the fact that they are able to push the market down even with smaller volume. Here we go. Bit more bigger volume now. 80 contracts came in, another 60. Instantly absorbed back to positive 34, meaning almost 100 buy contracts tried to absorb sellers, but we broke through them. There it is. All right, we're back on break even of the day. Good. Let's get that final extension push. Let's actually make some damn money now. Got my finger on flatten because we're at point of control. This is where it could all go wrong, theoretically. We're in the green now, so let's... As soon as sellers start struggling, I'm going to get out. but I feel like they're still doing okay for now. They got absorbed again. They're getting absorbed. I don't like it. You son of a... These freaking buyers absorbing all these sellers. This is not... big buyers coming in. Let's see if they're... All right, loads of heavy buyers came in here. Let's see if they get trapped. Hopefully they remain. If we break now above where all those buyers are, I will be getting out the market. I'm going to accept it as potentially a pullback. Maybe we're still in a range because we're at the bottom of what would look like a range. So let's see. I'm going to give the sellers another chance to try and break through. I'm not going to be too hasty because they're just... It's not so much that they're not trying, they're just getting absorbed a bit. We're at point of control. It's to be expected. But I just want a little bit more oomph, coming into this market right now. All right, that's a bit more oomph there. All right, huge amount of sellers just came in, 300 contracts. We're failing a little bit to push it down. We're not getting very effective. Buyers are using that as fuel to fuel their positions. Let's see, we need to get lower now. We need to actually get lower than this area. If we fail to get lower and push the market down, it's flatten time. Okay, we are slowly pushing it down. We're losing efficiency though, the sellers. Come on, that's it. Keep it going. Let's not lose momentum now. Come on. You're so close. Come on. Bit more, bit more. They're starting to get absorbed. Come on, sellers. All right, I'm getting out. I'm taking the money. I see absorption happen. I did click flatten. I don't know why it hasn't flattened yet. My internet's so slow. All right, we're back green on the day. Woo! Now let's make an extra $500, and that would be the day done. Started off a little bit rocky there, at first 2 losing trades in a row. Kind of got beaten up trying to get this downward move. But now that the sellers have made their appearance, and I can see that we're, it's going to be a lot easier now to... Because this was just chop city, man. I don't know what the hell was going on in this area. This whole area here was just taking the piss. But that's sometimes, you gotta play. You gotta do what you gotta do. Gotta play the game. Come on now. Give me a entry. We're starting to trade below buyers again, which is not bad, but I don't think we're ready yet. I want to see a bit more of a pullback. I want to see some kind of what do you call it? I want to see some kind of I've lost my trail of thought, but yeah, I want to see some kind of pullback, something. I don't want to jump in too hastily because it might not be the continuation yet. I do think we're in a ranging market for the most part, though. But it's just dead. This market is well and truly dead. It's a dead market. How's everyone doing, though, in the chat? Talk to me. How are you all? Anyone got any good Christmas plans? Let me know. Nadine, are you still in the chat? Hopefully you are. Oh, yeah, I'm still live. Look at that. Whee. Good stuff. Good stuff. Problem is, I didn't add a description or tags or anything because my last stream closed down. Let me see if I can actually edit that and maybe get a bit more a better viewership here. This is I don't think you can edit it live. Oh no, you can. Yeah, got a new stream. Sorry about that, Tiger. What happened was the whole, like, my internet cut out and then YouTube just refused to reconnect me to the stream. It said I was live, but it just wasn't actually doing anything. It was just going round in circles, like the buffering thing. So I had to end the stream, start a new one. I'm gonna have to figure out. I'm gonna have to use some kind of like third-party streaming software because the YouTube one is buggy as hell, man. I'll tell you that. I don't know what it does, but it's doing something. Like it's being a mule today because it kicked my screen sharing off 3 times this morning. Yeah, it's not good, man. I mean, YouTube, don't hate me, but fix the live streaming. No wonder all the pro streamers, they all use some other kind of software because it's just, I don't know, man. The moment you have like a blip on the internet, it just starts bugging out and going all crazy. Come on, let's get another trade in. Let's get me to 1,000 on a day, and then I am done. Adelina used OBS yesterday. I think I'm going to check into that. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do the same. I'm going to look into OBS, something of that nature, because this sucks, man. This really sucks. Okay, we're approaching this area where I think there's going to be some buyers coming in. Let's see if we get some trap sell pressure of some kind, something of that nature. But there could very well. I mean, I don't think it's going to really react that heavily, but because it's really not that great of an area. But I think there'll be enough for a few point scalp if I see the right setup. Nothing yet. I mean, sellers are just they're doing well actually. They're going to blow. Looks like they're going to blow right through. They're not really intimidated by the buyers here. Buyers are not being able to. Oh, they're getting absorbed. Yeah. I don't think this area is going to hold at all. And then we're back down to that gap. So it'll be interesting if we actually complete fill this gap now. Is this the end of the gap? The weekend gap? Let's have a look. Yeah, that area did not hold at all. Nothing. Buyers had nothing in that area. Didn't really get a pullback. I'm kind of annoyed that I got out early. I mean, I got out because there was that kind of absorption. I was expecting a pullback and then I can jump back in, but it never. Oh, okay. We touched the gap. Something big's going on here. Sellers got absorbed like crazy, but I'm not ready to buy yet. I don't really see any buy pressure in the market at this moment in time. Let's see what happens here. I got my finger ready to potentially buy if it gives me that opportunity. But there's a lot of sell contracts at the bottom here. You know what? I can have a stop literally below this candle. I can have a stop here. I'm going to go in and hope that the buyers find their footing. Because I can have, there's a lot of sell volume trapped in that candle. And they are starting to struggle. So I'm going to guess that we might get the pullback around this area. Now, the only problem is we have this silly gap right dead in the middle of my path, which isn't the greatest, but it's fine. It can stay there if it wants. Yeah, it's still a freaking gap. So there's a good chance we might reject and go lower on that gap. If that's the case, that's the case. But I'll get out as soon as I see. I feel like this might be a bit of a break-even type trade, but we'll see. Because there is no buy pressure in the market. Yeah, we just rejected off the gap. Let's see if the buyers have any footing here. Nah, come on. Any buyers in the market? Buyers, where you at? Where you at? Any buyers in the market right now? We're looking for buyers. Any buyers in the market? What's going on? All right, trickle of buyers are starting to come in now. I'm going to assume there's a lot of sellers taking profit. So we should have a bit of a drift up, a little bit of a pullback of some kind where I can capitalize on, at very least. All right, let's at least get to like the top of the gap, you know? And sellers come back in. They're pretty adamant. They want to stay in. Realistically speaking, we break below this candle now because we had, like, if we start breaking below there, I'm going to get out of this trade because I am fading a strong move here, which is going to be dangerous. I want to keep my risk nice and tight. Yeah, we're getting there. Are we going to get there? We're starting to break below. Let's see if there's sellers come in or what's going on. 100. Nah, they got absorbed, the sellers, though. I think it might be okay. I don't think the move is over yet. I think we might get a drift up here. Sellers are getting absorbed. They're going to realize soon that, okay, wait for a pullback. This is going to be the start of the pullback. And they're going to lay off the gas a bit. A lot of these aggressive sellers trying to push this market down. They're going to lay off. The moment they start laying off, we get the pullback. I make my money. And they'll jump back in at a higher price. And that's how you get the trend structure. So I think it's still okay. All right. Get me to at least 500. What do I need? 470 to get to 1,000. Get me to. It's a bit of a stretch, but it might do it. Got my finger on flatten. It could do it. It has the opportunity. There we go. That's it. That's it. There's a bit of buy pressure coming into the market. Woo! All right, buyers. Let's see if we can get a bit higher. Come on. Don't reject on the gap. Oh, they got absorbed. Buyers got absorbed quite heavily. This might be it, unfortunately. I think this may be the end for, yeah, I'm getting out. I don't think that was too much absorption for me. It's all right. I can jump in then for a sell potentially when the opportunity arises. If we get up to here, that would be great. But there's just too many sellers trying to get into this market right now for my liking. Because we did have like 100, I think it was like 150 buyers came in, and we instantly dropped down to 18, meaning 130 something sellers just absorb buyers like that. It's too much absorption for this market for me to comfortably hold it. So I had to. It might be the wrong move because we might battle a bit here and then eventually drift up. Absolutely, could happen, but it's not. I don't like it. It's not for me. I'd rather sit and wait for a better opportunity, a more kind of clear path. So we do have a very choppy market here. All right, what do I need? I'm at 680. So I need 320 to hit my target today. 320. I can do that. It's taking a bit longer today. I'm not gonna lie, it's taking a little bit longer. We had a bit of a. Oh, that was good. Lots of sellers trapped at the bottom there. I'm not gonna buy it yet, but that was nice. Yeah. Kind of missed it. Yeah. Right there. I saw that in real time. Oh well, it's already sped off without me. That's fine. You can do that. I don't mind. But that was nice. I saw that nice and clear. Yeah, that was the move. Bastard. Oh well. Shit happens, right? Okay, so this area here is where I'm going to expect some kind of, I expect something to happen here. So let's see if sellers can do their thing. See if sellers come back into this area. This is where, they came in. My God, that was so quick. Didn't even give me a freaking chance to enter. 109 contracts. You son of a. Right there, 109 contracts. And it just instantly jumped down, man. This is such a thin book. This is why. You see, my stop loss is going to be bad. I don't want to risk all that. So I'm gonna hopefully it comes back for a retest. Sellers give me another opportunity to jump in. Here it goes. Maybe I got an opportunity coming up now. You son of a. Bro. Freaking missed it, man. Freaking missed it. You are the worst, thank you. There's nothing quite like missing out on a trade. Missing a trade is getting stopped out I can deal with. You know, being wrong, that's fine. But missing out on a trade, that hurts, man. That always hurts. That's no fun. What a trade that would have been. That's just one big candle. Absolutely. But I think the buyers might still come back in here, potentially. Sellers are all at the bottom of this candle. Let's see if they struggle. If they start struggling, these sellers, to push the market down, I'll go in for another buy. And I think we might be in a little bit of a range. To be fair, I can jump in for a buy right now, even though no buyers have come into the market. It's a bit of a risky play, but I can again have my stop super tight. I can literally have my stop like here. Almost immediately, almost got stopped out there. But sellers are coming back in. Let's see if they remain inefficient. I might need to just make it a little bit clearer. I do feel the buyers have it in them because the sellers have put themselves in a vulnerable position here. I do think the gap will get closed though, but I don't think just yet. I think we're going to have a bit more of a kind of battle between buyers and sellers, maybe a bit of a ranging market. But I'm going to have my finger on flatten because I'm very aware that this might not work out how I hope, because sellers are coming in super aggressive, but they're all pulling up in this area here, right? And because I can have such a tight stop, I'm happy to front run the market, you know. I need buyers to come in. That, believe it or not, hardly any buy contracts caused that move. I don't know what that was. That wasn't fresh buyers coming in. That was not. I think I don't know. At least not on the footprint. We're still. I mean, right now, still sellers are coming in. 88 contracts, 78. It's still all sellers trying to keep this market down. They've just put themselves in a vulnerable spot, and I'm hoping buyers take advantage of their vulnerability, because sellers have put themselves in a position where they can get exploited. And I'm still no buy contracts actually coming in. The buy volume is next to nothing right now, but we are pushing up. They're getting slowly exploited, which is great, you know, which is great for me. Look at that, all sell volume coming in. 100 contracts again, sell volume right here. 100 sellers came in. Come on, get me to 1,000. What do I need? Like 320, something like that. I'll keep my take profit where it was, to be fair, but I have my finger on flatten just in case. They're starting to struggle. I need extension. I need just buy volume to come into the market. Here we go. All right, I'm at 1,000 for the day. Well, I was for a split second until The market decided. All right, now lots of buyers are coming in. 150 contracts on the buy side just entered the market right there. Let's see if they are effective. If they're not effective at pushing this market up, then we're going to have to get out. They're struggling. They're getting absorbed a bit, but they are still doing okay. We're still trading above that heavy buy volume, which is okay. But if we in any way kind of, see, they're getting absorbed. They're just not, they're not able to break through. Come on. Just add a few more contracts, buyers. There we go. Another 100 contracts entered on the buy side. Still, they're struggling. I'm getting out. I've hit my 1,000 for the day. They're just struggling, man. They're just struggling. But lots of buyers are coming into this market. Lots and lots of buyers are actually coming in. Huge amount of buyers. But there we go. Pretty much hit my target there. $1,098. Target was 1,000 on the day. Woo! Bit of a rocky start to begin with. I got a bit chopped up in this area, lost 2 trades, but then made it back and some extra money on this downward move. And yeah, that is pretty much all I would do on a daily basis. I've hit the target now. That's it. You know, there's nothing more left to do as a trader. The worst thing you can do right now is say, oh, keep trading, you'll make more money. Those buyers, by the way, they got absorbed a bit, but they managed to really break through that area. But yeah, like the worst thing you can do is now just keep trading. You've made your money for the day. Call it that and just enjoy it. You know, you don't need to over trade. So this stream altogether, usually I trade on average about an hour a day, maybe a bit less on some days. Just depends when I kind of get to my target, you know, or hit my overall loss that I'm willing to lose on that day. And then usually that's it. So we've been live for just about 40 something minutes, if you include that little first part where the stream cut off. And yeah, hit the target, same as yesterday, did it in 20 minutes. This is all you got to do, and you rinse and repeat. You're just looking at the order flow, the actual market, you know, you're looking at the order flow. In fact, I can probably show the order flow. In fact, yeah, let's break down the trades I took in this session. So I'm going to switch over to the footprint chart. So bear with me 2 seconds, everybody, as I load up print. All right, the footprint should be up. This is how it looks. I'm just going to full screen it so you can see it a bit better. All right. So the first few trades I took were at the top here, right? Now, I'll show you what I saw. So I shorted the market again. I shorted it here because, again, look at the amount of volume that came in, right? Look at all these buyers coming in, trying to play this breakout, right? But they were kind of struggling a bit, and we started dipping a little bit below them. So I preemptively, even though no real sellers came in below them, we only had 4 contracts, I was hoping those sellers, you know, would take advantage of those buyers and push the market down, right? Granted, didn't quite happen. Okay, I got stopped out. We started drifting up. No problem. Shit happens, right? But then I got the move here, you know, somewhere around here. I shorted it again. Again, same thing. You know, buyers are coming in quite heavy. Not the heaviest, but you know, you're looking at 90 contracts, 100, 157. We start trading below them, and then this is where the magic happens, right? Because you're seeing all this sell pressure then start coming into the market. That's when I get in. Buyers are still trying to defend it, right? Still trying to push the market up. Not happening. This is where the sellers are, sellers pushed it down. We come back into that sell area. Buyers are trying to get it up. They can't. And then once they fail, boom, we flood down. And that's where, I made most of the money. And then here is where I got out just when we started seeing sellers start struggling a bit, 160 contracts, but we start getting a bit above them, buy contracts coming in. Buyers were struggling as well. They weren't really able to push it up, but I didn't like the kind of up and down, balance. Basically, we had balance here. All right. But then, I was expecting a bit of a kind of pullback of some kind, and then I can jump back in, but it didn't happen. And then, sellers just overwhelmed the buyers, pushed it right down. Boom, boom, boom. And then the two buys I did just at the end here, I bought again because look at all the sell volume coming in. 300 contracts, essentially, another 140, 220, large amount of sell contracts, right? And you can see in the delta at the bottom, 606 extra sellers. But there's no follow through. We're not actually going anywhere, right? We're just stuck. All of a sudden we stopped. Now we just need a trickle of buyers to come in and this market can start pushing up, right? And slowly you're seeing buyers come in. So I jumped in, but I was very wary because I know we're not above those sellers, okay? They're still very much in their position. We're still in, they're going to try and defend. This could be a very similar situation to what happened here. The sellers could just overwhelm the buyers and push the market down. But they did start, buyers did start coming in a bit more aggressive. And then we got into that little gap area where I wanted to short it. But this happened so quick. I said, I'm going to wait for the sellers to come in. They came in 109 contract, but instantly, pushed it down. And by the time I could react, it was too far away from my stop and the risk reward would be off. So I didn't do it. Now, again, just the last trade I took, I went in for a buy. Can't remember exactly where I entered, but I entered somewhere like here somewhere. Same idea, right? Look at all the sellers trying again, right? Look at this candle full of volume, especially near the bottom, 226, another 111. Lots of sellers trying to push that market down, but they're failing. It's just not going down for them, right? And then buyers coming in ever so slightly. Now, the real entry would be around here, but again, I had the same mind. Buyers haven't come in yet, but I'm going to expect them to take advantage of these sellers. The sellers have put themselves in a vulnerable position by putting so much volume in the market. I expect that the buyers will spot that and take advantage. If they don't, it's fine. I can have a tight stop. My stop is literally just below this candle here. So a very tight stop. I think the stop was like 170 or something, right? Absolutely fine. If I get stopped out, I'm wrong. It's fine. But I'm willing to take that risk. Do you see what I mean? And rather than wait for the buyers to come in, this would be a more confident area to get in. When you see the buyers come in, it'll be a bit more of a confident trade, but you're going to have a much bigger stop loss, right? And you're going to have to hold that trade in order to make the risk reward a bit better. And you're going to have to hope that, that it follows through and whatnot. You might be fine, but still, I like to kind of front run it a little bit in hopes that, it works out. Of course, you get stopped out more often, but you can have tighter stops and generally you'd have to hold trades as long to make your money as well. So it just kind of works for me a bit better. But then, yeah, the buyers start coming in, boom, 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 market's up. I was already out the market at this point. I got out like here somewhere, but yeah, and that's essentially all it is. You're just looking at the order flow. Like right now, look how many buyers just came in. 363 buyers. And look at this area, all this buy pressure now coming in, right? More buyers still coming in, but the sellers are kind of pushing them down. They're not being very effective anymore, these buyers, are they? Right? So this would be a potential to short the market. Right now, we're not really in any area why I would expect a short to happen. So I'd be a bit more wary. But like if we were in a gap or some kind of high or something, we're just kind of dead in the middle of a range. We're not even at a point of control. This is a very random area. So it's kind of missing that element to the trade. But this is essentially what you're looking for. You're looking at who is efficient in the market. Buyers have lost all efficiency in the market right now. They're struggling. They're just not able to really get the market up, but we aren't trading below them though. Now, if we were to start trading below those buyers, right, and you start seeing that sell pressure come in, so now we're starting to trade below them, right? Look at them drop out. There it is. That's right now the move. So this is where I preemptively strike when I see, you know, buyers or sellers getting potentially, you know, inefficient in the market. I might jump in for one contract. I can have a stop really tight, and then I'll you know, target wherever, but I'll have my finger on the flatten button ready to get out if the sellers become inefficient. So now the sellers have finally come in. Let's see if they start becoming efficient. Are they able to push the market down? Right? This is what I'm asking myself. Are they able? 300, quite a lot of sellers, but look, they're starting to struggle now as well. I'm going to give them, you know, I might say my stop will be now here. If we start trading above the heavy sellers, I know that this is probably not a good trade for me, and I would want to get out pretty much at break even or at a small win. Yeah, I would start looking at potentially getting out the market then and flattening. But do you see how you're looking at the supply and demand in real time, and the orders to kind of figure out try to figure out what's actually going on, who is more efficient in the market, and make your decisions on the scalp moves like that. But that's essentially all I do. That's all I look at. That's all I do. So I hope, you know, now that you guys can actually see the footprint for once, you get to see what all these numbers that I'm screaming out all the time when I'm trading. But yeah, that pretty much sums it up for this stream, I would say. We've been on about an hour. I am not streaming tomorrow, to let you all know. Tomorrow is an off day. Obviously, Thursday is going to be an off day as Christmas. Boxing Day as well will be an off day, so I won't be back until Monday next week. I'll be trading Monday and Tuesday next week, and then obviously off because of the new year, and then after that 2026 it's all back to normal again. So I wish every one of you, I won't see you until after Christmas now, so have a great Christmas. Hopefully I'll see you before New Year as well, but if not, have a great New Year as well. I wish you all lots of success, health, and all good things for the new year. Have a great time, everyone, and we'll see. I'll see you all soon. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.